So guys, welcome back to the channel, touching down from Chiang Mai City in northern Thailand. Today we're going to roll it back some years to when I was a little whippersnapper and I was young, fun and full of cum. We're going to go over an old story that I've told before on my life, on my how I got to Thailand vlog, which is like 2 or 3 years ago. I fell in love with a Filipino girl. I didn't know what love is. I was smitten. I was in lust. It was my first time in Asia. I was a young lad, still in my 20s. I was at home knocking about. I wasn't interested in traveling at all. I never went on holidays. My whole life was about staying in my little bubble and going partying Friday and Saturday, Sundays. My friend, you know, he used to rope me into going around Europe. I didn't really want to go, but I ended up going because he was my mates and there was a couple other mates and we used to go in the back of a van. You know, we used to go camping down in France and we drove down through to Spain, and I still didn't really like these holidays. Looking back now, I realised how much I loved France and Spain. Well, I've always said France is my favourite country, and that's the reason why, because that time I went there, I just wanted to come home at the time because, yeah, I was such a home bird. I didn't want to go nowhere except for the club on Friday and Saturday nights. So yeah, that was my first taste of going anywhere. And then my friend used to go to the Philippines quite a bit, and he was nagging at me, do I want to come to the Philippines? And just the thought of the Philippines for me, you know, I was crapping myself because that was like another world away for me, leaving my little town in England. And it come to the point where I said, okay, I will come. And we was off to the Philippines. For you guys that have been to the Philippines, you know, when you touch down in Manila, it's like, I don't know, it's like a gale force wind right in your face. It's not windy, as in, you know, wow man, you're taking it all in and it's just nuts. And the smells, the traffic, the noise, it was just like, oh my days, I want to go home, I want to go home. I think when we got there as well, there was some sort of armed robbery. I've said this on a previous vlog as well. There's an armed robbery going on in Manila, something to do with a bank or something. So that, yeah, that sort of, no, that didn't make me feel no better either. But we settled in Manila and it was good, man. So I ended up going to the Araneta Coliseum where the Thriller and Manila fight took place. That sort of eased me a bit because I'm a massive boxing fan, I'm a massive sport fan, and since I got wind of the Araneta Coliseum in Quezon City, in Manila, then that's all I wanted to see. And my friend ain't interested in none of that, and I was like dragging him about and he was like okay, because that kept me happy. Then he knew I would go anywhere with him and be happy and do whatever he wanted to do. So yeah, I went and seen the Coliseum. That was cool actually. And on that note, if anybody knows what I'm talking about, well, you probably do, but if anybody's been there was an Ali Moor there as well, like a really old moor. It was called the Ali Moor. I think they built it right after the Thriller in Manila. And yeah, I was just wondering the other day if it was still there. So if anybody is in Manila, is the Ali Moor still there? Because it was really run down when I was there, because they built it right after the fight. Anyway, we was in Manila. Let's get back to the story. Back then, I'm not the same guy as I am now. Back then it was bar, party. We wasn't in Manila to be going to sleep early and going out in the daytime. We was there for the lady bars to drinking. So that was the first action of plan. So we was out, and you know, there was some characters in Manila. There still is, I reckon. I'm not sure what it's like now. It's probably a little bit better. Yeah, we stayed in Manila for a couple nights. We're from a little country town in the southwest of England, me and my mate, so we're not big city people. Wherever I go now, I try to get out. Chiang Mai's quite big, but it's nothing. I could never like settle in somewhere like Bangkok, I don't think. So yeah, we're from little farmer town really, and 2 days in Manila we was off to Palawan. So island Palawan, Puerto Princesa, and that's where we touched down, and that's where we stayed for a massive chunk of our holiday there. We got friendly with Eduardo, guy that owns the bar, owns a hotel, so we stayed there, man. That's where we was. Eduardo was taking us around to all the girly bars there. He's a dirty bugger, you know. He had a missus, but that don't stop nobody, does it, in Southeast Asia? And at night he trickles out and he goes to get his goodies off of some other ladies, I think. So Ed used to show us around, and me and my mate would be out in the bars in Puerto Princesa every night on Palawan and getting to know the people a bit. And you know, I was no saint there. We was indulging and taking a couple ladies home and taking some ladies out during the day. They was all nice ladies, but there wasn't one that I was head over heels with or something, until probably halfway through the holiday, where this new girl turned up. And yeah, like a Wally, a newbie Farang, or foreigner, they call it something else in the Philippines, don't they? I was smitten with this new girl, and yeah, I ended up taking her home. She was with me a lot of the time, and I was paying mama son all the time. I thought, yeah, she's my girlfriend and this is it. And it just goes to show how stupid us foreigner men are, right, when we first come to Southeast Asia. And it still happens today, right? Every day men are getting hurt, men are getting stung, men are losing their money, and woman is a man's biggest downfall, I think. That is your one weakness, I think. It's like that here, isn't it? You read about it every day down in Pattaya and in Thailand, men falling for girls and it all goes wrong. Well, I was the same. I didn't lose nothing, but I was a new green around the gills newbie. So I do believe Nico was her name. I did mention it on a really old vlog, but I can't even remember. I think it was Nico. I'm sure it was Nico, or I nicknamed her Nico. And yeah, she was coming back staying with me. I was paying for her and everything, and yeah, I'd go to the bar the next night to see her, because that was her job, see. And I didn't know no better then. So I thought she was actually, like, I was seeing her, and I would go to the bar some other nights and some other guy would be sitting with her, and I would be like a little Wally getting jealous and stuff. And when you're fresh first time, I actually did think like she was going to be my girlfriend, and planning to come back and making plans and everything, and thinking, yes, when she was like working in the bar with different guys every night. Just looking back now, I think just with age comes wisdom. I mean, I'd never do that now. I'm too long in the tooth. I've been here for too long, and yeah, just looking back, I think what an absolute Wally I actually was. Because my mate had one as well, and he was sending her money when he got back home as well, because we went back home, and you know how it is, swapping numbers. Oh, I'm coming back. My dream was, yes, I ain't going back to England for long. I'm coming back. I want to be with her. And never happens, never does it, when you first, never does. Get back to work and it all fizzles out. And we was messaging for a while, but come on, that was her job, and she was on to the next bloke, no doubt. Of course, you can have meaningful relationships with bar girls. This is what that's not about. I'm not slating anyone. I've got friends here that are bar girls, ladies that I stop and talk to, but generally it's not really going to happen, is it? I would say 9 out of 10 times it probably doesn't work out like that, especially someone with no money, because I didn't have no money. My mate was sending money when he got home, but I'm such a Scrooge anyway, I would never do that. I've never got anything to send, so yeah, I couldn't send nothing. And I just thought this would be a cool vlog for today, just, you know, going back over stupid times and times when you're learning, because this sort of vlog is what you see every day online, isn't it? You see, I mean, there's special channels that talk about their stories, right? The stories about guys, they lose everything, and yeah, I was no different. I'm not cool enough to say I knew everything. I was a little love-struck puppy. Looking back on this journey, it sort of shows that you've come a long way. I would never, fall into that trap. Well, you could, a woman is still the biggest weakness. I'm not saying I never would, because a pretty face still turns my eye here now. That will never change for a man, I don't think. A pretty face will always be your weakness. But now, you know, I go down Lloyd Crow Road on a bike, and I know a lot of the girls down there, and you know, they're beautiful, they've all got big boobs, some of them pretty faces, and I know I would never ever fall for it, you know, just have a chat with them and walk on by. 20 years ago I would be smitten. Wow, you know, come in for a beer, I'd be in there. But now I can just walk off and have a good day, make them laugh. And yeah, it's just, you know what I mean, guys, right? The guys that have been here, they know the longer you've been here, the more you can what's the word, control, sort of control. That's what I'm trying to think of. You can control yourself a bit more, not all the time. I reckon if I had a few beers and stuff, you would be putty in her hands again. Yeah, so I didn't go back to the Philippines for a while after that. I went back again with my buddy, and yeah, never seen that girl again. Went to the same place. Eduardo, the guy that was owning the bar, he was still there, but that girl had gone. And that's what happens with a lot of girls, even in Thailand, right? They move on. Maybe they do have some kids, or a guy takes them out the bar, or they get another job. So yeah, I never did see her again. Yeah, was I in love? Nah, I doubt it. I never knew what love was. But you think she's the girl for you, and you've always got all these plans about coming back. That's what I was doing. And yeah, because I never used to come here, guys. I've said this before as well. That bird. Not heard that one. Don't think I've ever heard that one, man. It's like an English countryside bird. Reminds me of home again. Look at this, look. How about it? Never seen so many coaches. 2 gone in. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Gee, so we're down at Kawilla. Got all the army boys out there, holding up the traffic. All holding up the traffic. Look at this. Never seen so many. Jeez. That's got to be like 20 coaches. Hello. Oh my days, what is going on? Hello. None of them's waving. Not had one wave yet. So it looks like all army or kids or something. Yeah, they're still coming. Jeez, man. That's like 25, 30 coaches. So they all stay in there as well, I think. Got loads of digs and everything in there. Anyway, nice little ending to the vlog, eh? That wasn't part of the plan. I don't want to keep waffling on this vlog. It was meant 10 minutes or something. It might have gone over that. But I just wanted to share this story. The time I fell for a Filipino bar gal. Would it have worked? Maybe. If I carried on seeing her? Maybe not. But probably not, right? But yeah, I'm going to stop waffling. I'm going to get home. Because it is baking again. Hope you're all safe and sound as always, guys. And I will see you in the next one. So take it easy, man. Take it easy.